Hello, everybody. In today's podcast, we are talking about distracting yourself versus honesty with yourself. Why is it sometimes so hard to be committed to yourself? We often do things for others only to be accepted or loved, even if we know that it's not that what we would prefer for ourselves. Or we do things which are distracting us from being connected with us, being honest with ourselves. We escape from silence while turning on the radio or taking the cell phone for a call, only not to deal with ourselves. But this is the key. So why is this so? These questions now go to Elke. So, Elke, how are you doing today? And what will you tell us about my questions or our questions?
Yeah, hello, beautiful Jutta. And of course, hello, my beautiful friends. It is always such an honor and such a blast to connect, to expand, to grow together, and to embark on journeys like this one, where we find out what is really going on. And thank you for this amazing introduction, Jutta. So now I have to find well, have to keep the standard up, right?
Yeah.
Because it's pretty high. And awesome, awesome job on your English. It's getting better and better
Oh,
every
yeah,
time.
hopefully. I give my best.
You do. You certainly do. Great, 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 great job.
Thank you.
So the thing is, and we decided, Jutta and I, to focus more on the differences between the old paradigm, which is leaving, and with a huge hooray, so to speak, because of course everything that has been hidden and that we have suppressed and that was where we were running from is coming up now with the energies, with the higher energies coming in, coming through, and bringing everything up to be looked at and of course addressed, even though many are putting their heads in the sand or trying to not see the elephant in the room, so to speak. So in the old paradigm, everything was about looking outside of you, looking through the little peephole of the mind, communicating through the peephole of the mind, right? Bringing this huge, limitless beingness that you are, the love, the beauty, the innocence, the purity, and the limitlessness, of course, that you are, the neutrality into and through this little peephole of the mind, with all its filters that are created through the ego, through mass consciousness, through all the have to's, gotta do's, gotta be, gotta do, and whatnot, right? All this stuff that when you, right now, just me saying those words has the result that your body goes like, it becomes like a brick. So in the old paradigm, we were taught to not look at ourselves and then look what others do, and always distract ourselves, from the heart, from our truth, from how we really feel, from who we really are. And of course, those distractions are keeping you away from being and feeling yourself. So it's about, see, as you are taught to focus through the mind, okay, everything is filtered through the mind and everything goes through the mind. And the mind always wants something to focus on outside of itself. Okay, so this person is doing this. So look at this, how can he do or she do this, or all this stuff, right? Or again, we have worked the whole day, so now we have earned to switch on the TV to let ourselves, or the mind rather, not ourselves, be distracted. So it's all an activity of the mind. And in the back here, of course, is the ego, which are all the belief systems, all the programming, because as I said before, to me, the mind is nothing but a computer. And unfortunately, it can be programmed. And the heart cannot. Because the heart is you. It is consciousness, it is awareness, it is that is eternal. It adds to itself, but at its core, it never changes. And it cannot be influenced, it cannot be changed, it cannot be subjected to power, outside power. So, of course, in the old paradigm, you are taught when you grow up, even your parents, because when you come in, right? So you are in your heart, everything's an adventure, everything is so exciting. You come down from a very high frequency, and this in itself, at least to me, was a kind of trauma, right? So I was coming in completely exciting. I remember that as if it was right now, and completely excited that I can come in. And then it got denser and denser and denser and denser because we lower down our frequency to match the frequency of the body. And then you're in the body and everything is tight, it is tense, it is, well, it's completely AB normal. Okay, your normal state is that of expansion, of love, of neutrality, of high frequency. And now you come into this thing called the body. And for myself, when I came in, well, the excitement was still there, but this is dense. I want to go up again, right? So crawl back up. So, of course, this is a complete change, right? And then as you get older and older, and your parents, to the best of their ability, try to teach you how to behave, how to be in a body on a planet. And they as well have been taught you have to focus through the mind, you have to say this, you can only say this, you have to be like this, you have to focus on others, you have to this and that and whatnot, right? And most importantly, again, I take myself as an example. I remember I must have been, of course, coming from the heart, and then whatever you say, what comes from the heart. The mind as a child is not developed. So some stuff is, of course, not understood by others, probably, right? So, and then your parents teach you how to focus through the mind, how to say, well, to literally think before you speak, right? I remember, so now I have to think, and when I, let's say, have to talk to Jutta, I have to see what can I say to her. I cannot say this, I can say this, and I have to behave like this and this and that. And for myself, this led to, well, complete shutdown and not wanting to say anything, right? Because it was not fun, absolutely not. And this is where you really, can you feel it with me, my friends? You come from this complete expansiveness. Then you come into a body which is becoming, or at least feeling smaller. It feels like becoming smaller, denser, and of course, there is a limit to the body, right? Your energy field is still there, but it's a step down. And then you are taught to even step down more to filter or to express yourself to a tiny little people pole called the mind. So for yourself, Jutta, from this expansiveness into the mind, how does that feel for you?
It depends on situations.
Say that again.
It depends on situations. In some situations, I can feel it. Yeah. Most are these situations that I really don't want to act as it yeah, is expected from others. Then it really is feeling very, very dense. But when I am not thinking about anything and I am coming from my heart,
E-
that's, oh yeah, I will do it. Yeah. So,
Exactly.
mhm.
That's you just answered my question beautifully. So if you come to the mind with this, I cannot do this, and it's all literally to the mind, because the mind is only focused on the outside world. So this person does this, so and to not ruffle their feathers and stay in their comfort zone, I have to be like this. So I'm taking on an identity to make them, or rather their ego, feel
Yeah,
better, right?
yeah,
And like you just said, when doing this, it feels dense, it
yeah,
feels heavy, it feels unnatural.
yeah, that's the right word.
And it's completely opposite to being normal to you. It
Hmm.
is a be normal.
Mhm.
So this is old paradigm. You are taught to focus through the mind. You are taught to always look at others, what they do, and then do, well, adjust your behavior accordingly. So, and how really does this feel, Jutta?
It's like, yeah, being another person, acting like another person, but not
Exact-
not myself, what I am normally wanted to do.
Exactly. So, and then as we are talking about distractions, right? The distraction is you have to look outside of yourself to basically define yourself.
Yeah.
Feels like, oh my goodness, who am I really? So, but it's, whoa, okay, this person is like this is like this, then everyone does it like this, so I have to be that as well. And it's a distraction, a literal distraction from yourself. And then,
Mm-hmm.
of course, there is competition, there is even books, right? Going into stories, watching TV. So, because maybe at your job, your boss is kind of abusive, your co-workers are not really nice, whatever, right? So we come home and sit in front of the TV because, well, we have earned now that we have uh, to keep ourselves entertained.
Mm-hmm. I, for myself, can realize that I am not feeling well when I visit people and there is, yeah, somebody is watching the TV, there is the radio playing, and there is so much noise because I now, since a few years, I enjoy silence. I really can enjoy silence. And that's
Exactly.
too much trouble around, then no, thank you. But that's not yeah, what I can enjoy. Yeah.
Yeah, but what it really comes down to, when those people have the radio on, have the TV on, there is always some noise from
Yeah.
the outside. So
Yeah.
they are distracting themselves, and that's what they are taught, right? And that's what parents teach children, and always look on the outside, always listen to others, always in this situation behave like this, have this identity with this, and do this with this. Well, I have a question to you, Jutta. Where did you go?
It would be easy to answer it in the German language, but now I'm searching for words. I I want to discover myself, and to discover myself means to yeah, to look inside of me and leaving what is outside. And for that, I don't need noise or something. It was a learning process for me because I always loved having music around me or something. And yeah, since a few years, some people ever always ask me, it's so silent, yeah, when I visit you, or you are often alone with you. Yeah, because I enjoy it. Then I am fully with myself and not, ähm, was heißt abgelenkt?
Distracted.
Sorry, and not distracted, yeah, from other things. It's not, it wasn't easy, yeah, but nowadays I love it.
Exactly, but the question was, with all those distractions, with all the noise around you.
Yeah.
So if you go back to the times where you did that as well, where did you go?
Everywhere, but nowhere.
Exactly, you weren't there.
Yeah,
So basically the lights were on, but nobody was home because the
yeah,
focus was everywhere, but not in your heart, in yourself, looking,
absolutely.
stopping in your little shoes, which you did so awesomely, Jutta. And everyone around of you listening in, because otherwise you wouldn't be listening or watching, to really look what is truly important. Where am I missing? Where did I go? With all the noise, with all the distraction, with all the being kept away from yourself. Where did you go?
Nowhere.
It's basically in the back of the body, and the mind, the ego is in charge.
Yeah.
Different situations, different identities, and I have to be like this in this situation, and this I can do there, and then I cannot, and then and it's all in the head. And it feels very dense, it feels very tight, it feels very overwhelming. And then you are taught, when you're overwhelmed, well, then look at the TV, look at something funny, whatever. Right? Always keep looking outside of yourself. And again, where did you go? And most importantly, where did your honesty and integrity with yourself go? Still on this scenario, which most people are completely engulfed in. They don't know anything else.
I did go very far away from myself.
And it didn't feel good. It
No,
didn't feel
because
natural.
it was a feeling of, yeah, being lost.
Exactly. And you were taught, and of course, those that taught you, they didn't know any better, that you can only find your salvation outside of yourself. Someone else needs to tell you what is quote unquote right for you.
Yeah. But nobody knows how I am feeling, so they surely can't tell me something about me.
Yeah. And where you ended up basically was feeling completely empty,
Yeah.
because that's what it was.
Yeah.
You were empty of yourself.
Mm-hmm.
So this is the old paradigm, the running away from yourself, the distracting yourself, the AB normalness. And now here comes the humanity has decided that it's time for a change, right? Because it has been going on for such a long time. Well, and it's like in a hamster wheel, or like I love the analogy of the dog chasing its tail, right? That's
Mm-hmm.
what humanity has been doing. Or again, trying to do the same thing over and over and over and over again, expecting a different result.
Yeah.
And on a collective level, not conscious to the human mind, the humanity has decided it's time to step up. It's
Mm-hmm.
time to grow up. It's time to come back to the integrity and honesty with yourself, to come back to the heart, to come back to love, to lightness, to consciousness, to true awareness, to honor, to respect, to openness, to expansion. And this is where the new paradigm comes in. And what it means is higher frequencies, you embodying yourself, the higher frequencies, the body going up in frequency. So more of you can come in, and all of that is not you can leave. The ego can leave. It is slowly dying. It doesn't mean you are losing anything of yourself. It doesn't mean that you lose your memories. It's just you will see it from a different point of view,
Right.
from an
Mm-hmm.
overview, where you can see everything that has happened from your point of view and the other point of view and the next point of view, and then seeing what truly happened, not just from the little peephole of the mind that only sees a very, very small part. So we are coming back from the density of filtering ourselves through the mind to using the mind because it's your friend, right? The ego is the one that causes all the havoc. It's outside of you, and it's all the belief systems, all the mass consciousness patterns, all the constructs, all everything that truly has nothing to do with you and makes you feel dense and makes you want to hide within your body or hide, distracting yourself, which literally is the same. Distracting is hiding.
Mm-hmm.
Coming back, putting your focus in the heart and going back to true feeling, not emotions. The emotions are created by the mind through the ego. Emotions like anger, fear, all those, the overwhelm, the guilt, the feeling less than, or even feeling more than. It's all a constant mind. It's not true. You are perfect as you are. You are love. You are beauty. You are innocence. You are purity. You are consciousness. You are the awareness that creates everything that stands behind everything. And this truly, the new paradigm, stands for honesty and integrity
Yeah.
with yourself. Looking at, so when I'm doing this, what am I really doing? Do I feel presence within my heart? Do I feel expansive? Does it feel excited? Does it feel like love? Or am I just doing it because everyone else does it before, because I was told this is what I have to do, this is what I, and well, this is what I should enjoy. Am I really enjoying it? Again, completely honest and true to yourself. In absolute integrity with yourself. And that's what many do, because the ego loves to tell you stories. It tells you a story of lack. It tells you a story of you being something that puts you down, literally, or even sometimes elevates you up and tells you, well, I know better than everyone.
Mhm.
So in this case, for me, this would mean I would say, well, Jutta, I know better than you. You have to do what I want, or people out there, because my way is the way. It's just
Mhm.
a direction. So the ego loves to tell you stories. And the point is, do I have the courage to stand there in my little shoes and look at it for what it is? Am I distracting myself? Am I being honest with myself? Am I being in my heart? Do I feel my presence? Is all of myself being here in the now moment? So meaning the lights are on and I am home? Or is it the lights are on and I am, well, nobody's home? Because I'm being everywhere. My focus is strung in the past, in the future, with my boss, with my children, with how about I, all this stuff. It's the commitment to yourself, to your heart, to your expansion, to being the love that you are, to complementing others, of course, but not include, this does not include sacrificing. Am I doing things from the heart, with my heart, as the love that I am, or am I doing it because? So, and for you, Jutta, how does this feel for you? This being yourself within the new paradigm, the new energy.
It um, it feels good, but I have to be careful not falling yeah in the old paradigm. But the big point for me was when I stopped asking others what to do, because it feels much better asking myself. It's like a puzzle, because I always get a little piece more, a little piece more, and one day it will be a picture. And this picture will be myself. And that's a wonderful feeling.
Well, and the good news, Jutta, is the picture is already there. You
Yeah.
are all,
Yeah.
you are already perfect. You are already yourself. The only thing we are now doing is perfecting perfection.
Yeah.
And of course, the ego is a sly one.
Hmm.
So it always tries to get you back. Because
Yeah.
it literally, you are taking the energy from the ego, so it feels like it's dying. It can only live when you give it energy, when you give it focus, when you believe and buy into those stories the ego tells you.
Hmm.
So again and again, I'm not saying it is easy. The universe is very simple, but because of the ego, because of all the decisions you have made about yourself, about the world, and how things work, identities you have taken in and taken on, of course, the ego doesn't want to let go.
Hmm.
So the more you can let go of all these things, the easier it becomes, right? But of course, the
Yeah.
ego wants to hold on. It wants to feel comfortable. It wants things to stay the same, which
Yeah,
is
mm,
yes.
but it's always a good feeling when I can say, hey, stop. When I recognize, oh, it's the ego again. That's a good feeling.
Exactly, and that's
Yeah.
what you're doing. So many say, "Well, I'm still this," and then they are beating themselves up.
Hmm.
Hey, you got aware that the ego got you again. Great, great job. Give
Yeah.
yourself a pat on the back. And then each time, that's again the honesty and the integrity with yourself to saying, oh, ego, you got me again. Thank you, but no thank you. I am not
That's
interested
right.
in that anymore. I am love, I am beauty, I am innocence, I am purity, I am that I am. I am the unique being that I am. And you have no bearing, you have no hold, and I'm not buying into your stories anymore. And then, of course, again, if it feels harsh, if it feels dense, that's why we have our body. It's a gauge. How does the body feel? Does it feel dense? Does it feel like a brick? Is everything closing in on you? So you are completely in the mind when if this is the
Yeah.
case. Then you know, oh, taking a deep breath in and then bringing your consciousness to the heart. Looking out through the heart and using the mind as your tool. The more you do the more you bring yourself back to what really matters, to yourself, into alignment with yourself, the easier it becomes. It's a complete unlearning from the old paradigm and a relearning of the new, of yourself. Who am I really? What do I enjoy? Because I am unique, therefore, I do not enjoy what everyone else enjoys. So, what do I truly enjoy? Who am I really? Of course, I'm love. I would never hurt anybody. I would never want to do anything onto anybody that I do not wish to have done onto myself. Of course, the heart would never, ever do that. The heart does never ever lie. How does it feel? Does it feel like love? Does it feel like expansion? Does it feel like truth? So, and what is more exciting, Jutta? The old or the new paradigm?
Absolutely no question. The new one. For sure. Yeah. And it's really
Exactly.
it's kind of funny, yeah, to to say, was that really me before, I don't know, 1, 2, 3 years? Because I love now to be myself. I enjoy it. I really enjoy it.
Exactly. And finding out more about yourself, expanding, growing, having fun with
Yeah,
others, dancing with others, because it's a dance, right?
yeah.
So, and as we are in this subject of distraction versus truth with yourself, so it's not that it doesn't mean that you always have to sit with yourself and just be with yourself in complete
No.
silence, right? The earth, the planet is there to be enjoyed. Other people are there to have fun with them. It's a huge playground. But to see or to look at, am I distracting myself now? Or am I doing this because, hey, it's fun. I'm expanding. This feels like love. And I enjoy myself very much. To see that, so Jutta, tell me,
Hmm?
how how would you think how you can
I didn't get the question. Can you please repeat it?
how would you discern that if you are distracting yourself with something or if it's being true to yourself?
The truth to myself is the best I can do.
Mhm. Okay, so what I mean is, see, reading a book can be a distraction, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Or it can be something that helps you grow, expand, find out more about yourself.
I want to grow and expand. And
Exactly, and it's just
uh,
exactly, and it's for you that you know what you're doing.
yeah,
Okay, Body simple exercise to find out if I'm distracting myself, if I'm running, or if I do an activity because it's fun, I enjoy myself and I grow.
Then I
Right?
do the activity for sure. Yeah.
Exactly. But just so you know where you are
Mm-hmm.
coming from.
Yeah, because we have to listen to our body. Yeah.
Exactly. That's the answer.
He always knows what is good for ourselves. We don't need others to
Exactly.
tell us. We have our
And
body.
exactly. So, as a gauge for you, everyone here, so if there's something, of course, from the outside that feels overwhelming, whatever, and then we say, well, I just need a break, I need to
Yeah.
read a book, whatever, then of course the body feels tense, it feels heavy. So I'm reading, but I'm not really reading. And again, as Jutta just said, the body feels tense. It's like, well, you are in the head, everything feels harsh, and well, you are missing, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Or, oh, this book, this calls to me from the heart. And we open it, we read it, and our heart opens up. It feels like love, it feels like expansion. And that's really what I wanted to get down on, that we have a practical solution or activity for our listeners or watchers, that they can discern if they are distracting themselves or if they are in their truth. So it feels like love, the body feels expansive.
Mm-hmm.
So this is something that you enjoy, that is fun, and you are not distracted because you are there fully in your heart as your presence in the now moment. Okay? Or am I basically hiding somewhere in my feel good place by reading a book, trying to avoid everything closing in on me from the outside? Then, of course, it's a distraction. And then, of course, we would have to address why am I so, but that's another subject for another day. Right?
You have heard it. Mm-hmm. Another
We
podcast.
don't want to hold you for 3 hours, my friends,
No,
because of
but
course this is very, very deep and
mm,
there's a lot to cover, of course, and so many possibilities. But this is how you know where you are coming from.
well,
If you're
I
in the head
thank
or if
you
you're in the heart.
for these explanations because I thought, whoa, that's a will be a tough theme. But thank you very much because for me it was very, very understandable, and I will go on and
You thought
try.
it's tough, but at the same time you felt excited, right? So
Yeah,
this means you
yeah,
were completely here, Jutta. Isn't
yeah,
that amazing?
absolutely. It was and it is.
And
Yeah.
as always, I completely enjoyed connecting with you all, to play with you all, or to expand with you all, and of course, to share the love that we are. Thank you, thank you, thank you for being here and being you, my friends. I love you all.
Thank you.
Until next time.